Bonjour, mon étudiant, j'espère que tu vas bien. Moi aussi, je vais très bien. So, aujourd'hui, on va apprendre l'adjective et le pronom demonstrative. We're going to understand what is adjective demonstrative, what is pronoun demonstrative. Okay, so let's get started. Can you see on the screen? I have just written the topics and I have not written anything. Why I have not written? Because I want you to pause this video, go and quickly grab a notebook and a pen for you and start the notes along with me in the video right now. Because when you write by understanding, you're able to understand the things in a more better way. So let's quickly get started. L'adjectif demonstrative. So if you see l'adjectif demonstrative, what is it? It's so, set, say. Okay. L'adjective, any type of adjective is always used with a noun. Okay. So we always have to write nouns with adjective. Ce stylo. Okay. Ce stylo. Si le nom est masculin. If the noun is masculine, on va utiliser ce. We're going to use ce. Si le nom commence avec une voyelle, cet homme, H, it's vowel, so we're going to use cette, C-T. If a word is feminine, okay, set form, and for that matter, even feminine starting with a vowel. So we are going to use set, C-E-T-T-E. And for the plural words, we're going to use say. So for any word, you can just put an S. Okay. So can you see stilo, farm, orlo, stilo, all of them are nouns. So any type of adjective is always used with a noun. Okay. So I hope it's clear. It's also a topic which has been repeated every year. The most important thing is pronodemonstrative. Okay. So what is pronodemonstrative? That was the table of adjective demonstrative. If we see the table of pronodemonstrative, it's celui, ceux, celle, cell. Okay. So four things are here also, if you see. I'll just mark it like that. So if you are talking about a masculine noun, you're going to write celui, masculine singular. If you're going to talk about a noun just masculine plural, you're going to write ceux, masculine plural. For feminine, it is cell, and feminine plural cell. Okay, so this is the table of pronodemonstrative. Any kind of adjectives are used with a noun, any kind of pronouns are used with a verb. Okay, they're used with a verb. For example, if we see the example, let me just give you one example. Okay, and there's also one thing that you need to remember. There are two important things, si and la. Okay, that's called here and there. Okay, so these are directions. We also write directions with prono demonstrative. Okay, how do we write directions with prono demonstrative? Let me just give you one example. There are key three important notes that you need to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm writing those three important notes here in the video. Stay till the end because I'm going to ask you a few parts so that you can understand whether you've understood this topic well or not. Okay, so let's see. First part, dash, maison, est plus propre que dash. Okay, so we'll see this example, dash maison est plus propre que dash. So adjective and pronoun you have to fill here. If you see this, after the blank, there is a noun. Okay, so when I'm talking about the noun for the very first time, I'm going to put adjective, of course. This house is more clean than that one. Okay, so cette, maison c'est féminin, it's an exception. Que, now I'm not writing this house is more clean than this house. Okay, we are avoiding that. So first time when we use, we're going to use adjective, and the next time we're going to use pronoun. So cette maison est plus propre que celle. And there is also a rule that you need to remember, the si and la. It comes with pronouns, okay? But when to write si, when to write la. If the sentence ends with a blank, understand it, okay? If the sentence ends with a blank, you will always write la with pronoun. Okay, so celle, la. This house is more clean than that one. There. Okay, so that's our first rule. In the first blank, I'm going to write adjective. In the second blank, I'm going to write the pronoun. Okay. So if I'll talk about the noun for the very first time, adjectives are going to come. Okay, so that's our first rule. Talking about second rule, regard, set, arbres sont fruits, mais dash qui est devant nous en a beaucoup. Okay, so that's our second rule. If we see the second rule says if after the blank there is pronom relative. Okay, so after the blank, if there is pronom relative, or for that matter in preposition also, sometimes prepositions are given. Okay, in this case, do not write. That's our second rule. In this case, do not write C and la. Okay, so watch this tree without fruit. We are talking about tree. This part is already given, okay? It's already given. We are talking about arbor. Arbor is masculine, okay? It's an exception. Mid dash. So here I'm not going to write any direction. I will simply write celui. Okay, that which is in front has a lot of it, okay? A lot of fruits we're talking about. Okay, so that's my second rule. Okay, go back and revise your rules again. First rule, if the sentence ends with a blank, we will always write la. If the sentence after the blank there is pronoun relative or preposition, you're not going to write directions. Okay, do not write directions. Okay, and the last rule that we have is quel roman veux-tu emprunter? Okay, dash or dash. So when there is a choice, okay. When there is a choice, that's my third rule. When there is a choice, I'm going to write both of them. Okay, I'm going to write both the directions. Which novels do you want to borrow? Emprunte is borrow. So now novels is masculine plural. So both of them will be like this. So see, oo, la. Okay. So those ones here or those ones there. It's here and there. When we compare, which novels you want? Those ones, these ones here or those ones there? Okay, so here and there. That is why we write C and la. So that's the third important rule. The next thing to keep in mind in this topic are neutral pronouns, okay? Neutral pronouns, okay? Very, very important. Neutral pronouns are generally ceci and cella. Very important. Why do we call them neutral pronouns? Neutral pronouns are going to come in a sentence which does not have a noun. Okay. For example, let me just give you one sentence. Now, mange pas dash. And if the sentence ends with a blank, now how to decide whether I'm going to write ceci or cella? If the sentence ends with a blank, I'm always going to write cella. Okay. Now, can you see this? In the sentence, there is no noun. Okay. Can you take a note of this? There is no noun here. No noun. Okay, so there's no noun. That means I'm going to use neutral pronouns. Don't eat that. If the sentence ends with a blank, I'm always going to write cela. Okay, don't eat that. Okay, and when to use ceci? Okay, je veux goûter, or par exemple, je ne veux pas goûter dash. Je veux goûter dash. Okay. Just an example, I don't want to taste this, I want to taste that. So what is that this and that I want to taste? Okay, so in one blank, ceci is going to come, and in the other blank, cella is going to come. Okay, sometimes we also write this C apostrophe. So when do we write C apostrophe? C apostrophes are generally written with le verb être. Okay, they're always written with verb être. So if, for example, this your sentence dash est un roman français. Okay, dash of the room of français. So it's going to be C apostrophe, okay, because c'est le verbe être. Avec le verbe être, c'est toujours ce. Okay, C apostrophe. Or if this would have been S-O-N-T, then the answer will be C-E. Right now it's apostrophe because it's E-S-T. Okay, so these are the things that needs to be kept in mind. Keep revising from this video, okay? Once you complete all these notes, I'm going to give you few parts. Just give me a second. I'm going to give you few parts. Sophie ne veut pas dash robe. Elle préfère dash que tu as acheté. Okay. So this is one of the part that I am going to give you. So where a where the dash. Okay. And rencontrer mes deux enfants dash et journaliste et dash et professeur. Okay, so once you revise all the notes, what you need to do is just go back, watch this video again, revise all the notes that I've mentioned above, okay? And this is a mixed question that I've given you of 3 parts, okay? So it is basically compléter avec l'adjectif ou le pronom demonstratif, okay? So it's a mixed question that I've given you below. Try this question, put the answers in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to see your answers. It feels beautiful when you people participate. That helps me, that motivates me to make more of the video. If you need video on any of the topic, please feel free to put it down in the comments below. And definitely going to see that video on my channel. Thank you so much for showering all your love. I'm going to see you in my next video. For